Happy Monday, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to All Things Division 3 Soccer with Simple Coach and Jackie. I am Simple Coach. And Jackie is all alert today. Yeah. So, hey, thanks for tuning in to the channel. Appreciate it. As you probably well know, this is a review of the game or games of the week, the midweek edition, right? So from Monday to Thursday, I charted out some games that might be of interest, and yeah, there's actually quite a few games of noted interest for me. It is definitely a games plural of the week, both on the men's and women's side. So let's just get to it. How about that? Okay, so I'm going to start with the ladies first. As always, let me put on my spectacles because this is some small writing here. First of all, before I begin, because it seems to be a running count for me, on the women's side, the world of undefeatables keeps getting smaller. There are now 3 undefeatables as of today, Monday, the 2nd. You have Carnegie Mellon at 11-0. They just keep rocking it. Like, let's be real, they keep dominating. University of Mary Hardin-Baylor, the Crusaders, who I don't like football-wise, but that's a whole other story. They are 9-0. WashU, the Bears, Washington University in St. Louis at 7-0. Let us also celebrate WashU. I just realized that this morning, doing the research for all this, they have only conceded 0 goals. They have not conceded at all in their 7 games. They have not conceded a goal. That is remarkable at this point. And they're scoring multiples each game. So, I don't know. Is this the dark horse? Maybe not so dark of a horse, but, right, zipping to the top, who knows? Also, I did want to touch upon leading scores, since I don't have an avenue to talk about them very often. There's 4 players who have scored 12 goals. Jess Williamson from Delaware Valley College. Ellie Suter, North Central, another school I'm not happy with. But Hallie Schaefer from Wilson. And then Sarah and Andre, also from North Central. What is it over there with the water? So 12 goals. With 13 goals, you have Savannah Renix, also from Delaware Valley. I should go up there. And Chloe LaRosa from the once undefeatable Westminster College with 13 goals. With 14 goals, it's a PA Delaware thing, maybe. From Penn College with 14 goals, Kaylin Sheets. It's pretty remarkable, but even more remarkable, again, place I was not aware of until I was made aware of it last week. Old Westbury, Elise Then with 20 goals. And, right, so she's a 6-goal differential at this point. So, very interesting. All right, so the only thing I got on the ladies' side is games Monday through Wednesday. I didn't see any Thursday games. So let's start on Monday. Have 2 games to watch. The first one, Benedictine at Lake Forest. It's a non-conference battle in Illinois. Benedictine at 3-6-1, Lake Forest at 4-3-4, and then also, and probably the game I will be watching is City College of New York at College of Mount St. Vincent, a Battle of New York. City College is at 3-2. Mount St. Vincent is at 4-3-2. And I will just say, if you have not had an opportunity to take a look at the athletic field at Marillac, I think is how you say it, it is probably one of the most impressive settings for a game. Like, how cool is it right there on the Hudson? Reminds me of the Coast Guard, I think, which is right there on the Thames. So, yeah, check that one out. Again, we don't need the river, but Mount Union could use a field like that. So the game on that one I'm going to take a look at probably is that City College at Mount St. Vincent. Okay, shifting over to Tuesday, multiple games. You have Baird at RPI. You know, there's something to be said about this RPI team. They're at 5-1-3. You know, can they dispense with Baird and go 6-1-3 and get back and get their first conference win? And I will say, can Baird? Why do I keep saying Baird? Baird, you know, they have to bounce back after a really tough loss to RIT where they took 7 goals. I have Juniata at Elizabethtown. Conference rivals at Juniata is at 4-4-1, and Elizabethtown is at 2-5-2. I will say pay-per-view conference. Keep that in mind. Another pay-per-view which is really interesting. Scranton at Lycoming. Scranton at 5-2-3, Lycoming at 4-1-4. I am interested in the new entrants. You know, Lycoming's new to the pay-per-view conference, and can they topple the reigning conference champs? We'll see. God, my nose. And then lastly, and probably the game I will be watching, is the 4-4 Connecticut College, which I'm not sure is an accurate reflection of how they are playing. I find them to be a really impressive team. They just can't get the goals. Against Trinity, the Bantams of Trinity College at 3-2-4. These are two great NESCAC teams. And I think they're both trying to turn the corner on their on their season. So, and then on Wednesday, multiple games as well. This is really just a list of games that I think they're all killer. Let's start with flying out to California. Claremont Mud Scripts at Laverne. Claremont 2-5-2, Laverne at 3-3-4. I think both teams are trying to get some momentum in the sciatica. Not sure how you say that, but I just think they're looking for a win. Maybe they can get some momentum, get some more under their belt. Westminster, PA, 9-1, formerly undefeatable, and then the Franciscan at 4-3-2. This is a pack game. Clash of Titans, President Athletic Conference. So that'll be a good one. Vassar heads on up to or over. I think it's up. No, it's up. Vassar heads to Russell Sage. Which I think will be could be a good game. I think Vassar 5-2-3 and Russell Sage at 5-1-2. I think Vassar's looking to build some confidence before they face off against a very good William Smith team. And then I think. Russell Sage just tied Alfred, the Saxons. Come on, what a name! I don't know if they're named after the heavy metal band or the actual Saxons. If either one is outstanding. Anyhow, back to it. Yeah, so they tied them. I think they would love to get a win on this one before they move on. So other games I have a killer matchup: Cortland State at SUNY Oneonta. You know, Cortland's had great last year. This year they're at 6-2-2, really fantastic. And SUNY Oneonta's at 4-1-3. I think this would be a statement game for SUNY Oneonta, and I think this would be a game for Cortland to really sort of gain that momentum to keep going. They'll be at 7-1-2, 7-2-2, and I think they make them a force to reckon with in the SUNYAC. An OAC tilt, Ohio Northern at 2-6-1 faces Otterbein at 5-2-2. ONU's had an incredibly tough schedule, but obviously their record, they kind of struggled. This could be a big course correction. For Otterbein's sake, I think they're just looking to control the conference. Heading out to the Great Northwest, to the Postman Country, Pacific Lutheran at Puget Sound. Both teams at 6-2-1. Puget Sound is 5-0-1 in conference, and the Lutes of Pacific Lutheran are 5-1. Who wants it, right? And then lastly, because I'm sort of looking at other teams, just trying to really expand out what I know, I'm actually going with Chatham at Bethany. Both teams are 1-6-3. I think this is the type of game that boosts a little bit of confidence. Yeah, so I'll be checking that game out. All right, so that's the ladies, and now let me shift over to the men. I will say their undefeatable world has gotten smaller. They are currently at Texas Lutheran is the only undefeatable for Division III men's soccer at 11-0. So pretty remarkable. So today I got two games. So Augsburg travels to Luther. Keep an eye out for Augsburg. They play very well. They're 6-1-3. They're 2-0 in the MIAC. And in this game, they're Luther 3-3-3. I think a win would really sort of help them get their bearings. And then another game, and it's strictly because of who they play. Suffolk play at 7-2-1, plays a 2-4-3 ACC Boston College. So, if I read that right, Division I opponent. I got to see that. Always interested in the sort of the comparison. Usually it has a depth thing. It's about depth. It's not about the quality. Right? The Division I is the rosters are much deeper. Okay, so that's Monday. If I'm going to choose the two, I'm just sticking with the Augsburg at Luther. I think that'll be a really good game. Now over to Tuesday, bunch of games. Middlebury at Vassar. I actually think this could be a trap game for Middlebury. If Vassar is on, Vassar can do damage. So Wesleyan travels to Western Connecticut. 3-3-2 Wesleyan faces 8-1-2 Western Connecticut. Only loss comes to, I believe it was Drew for Western Connecticut. Again, another team quietly doing their thing. Got Wisconsin Platteville at Loras. Wisconsin Platteville 6-0-3 against Loras 6-2-3. And then Ithaca travels to Hamilton. Ithaca at 4-2-2 and Hamilton 3-4-2. So I think that those are going to be some good games. Another game, Kane at 6-0-4 faces NYU 1-5-2. Now, this is a kind of game for Kane. Like, again, keep asking them, are you good enough? They're doing remarkably well. Can they beat, even though they're struggling this year, can they beat NYU, which is a pretty good UAA team? So, this is a game that they're going to have to hold up if they want to be taken seriously. So, seriously for the top 25s, mind you. Not they're already taken seriously. Another game, Knox, with one of my favorite, coolest names, the Prairie Fire. How awesome is that? Take on Illinois College in the Midwest Conference. Knox Prairie Fire at 5-3-2, and Illinois College at 6-3-1. I think that'll be a good one. This one, Old Westbury. They seem to be doing well on both sides of the men and women. Goes to Purchase, New York. Can Ermin Makic keep up in the Golden Boot pursuit? He currently stands at second with 15 goals behind Montclair State's Amir Lukovic, who is really tearing it up this year. I'm telling you, player of the year. I didn't say that, but player of the year, right? Like, he's just rolling along. Seriously, he has to be a contender. As long as he keeps doing this, there's just nobody close. Also, Summit travel at 2-5-2 travels to St. Elizabeth at 6-1-2. Another one, can Sebastian Londano do what he loves to do best about soccer, as I learned, which is to score. He is tied at third with 14 goals. So we'll see if he can notch up some extra goals there and catch up to Ermin Makic at Purchase, and if he can catch up with Amir Lukovic if he has a banner day with 17 goals. The games I'm going to watch, though, unfortunately, I'm not going to watch because they're pay-per-view conference. Again, Lycoming at Scranton. My interest here is Lycoming is 5-3-3, Scranton is 6-1-2. I'm very interested to see how the new entrant to the conference, Lycoming, squares up against the conference champs. And then Elizabethtown at Juniata. Again, Elizabethtown at 3-3-3, Juniata at 4-3-2. I think this is going to be a tight one, and I didn't get a chance to do this, so I'm going to do this right now. Juniata, right? They are at 4-3-2, and let me look. They're quietly going about their business. They've lost their both of their games. They lost to Drew 1-0 and to Goucher 3-1. Goucher and Juniata are sort of raising the bar. I think Coach Grady, has done a remarkable job over the past couple years. And maybe this is the year where you start to see this gradual improvement sort of take hold. If you look at more records. Yeah, I just want to look to see. Yeah, anyhow, I won't go into it. But so those two. And then on Wednesday, I have all games. The 4 games I have are all games that are must watch. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but we have Rowan at Kane College. Um, so Kane continuing a fantastic run. This is an NJAC. Rowan is looking for, again, a sort of a solidifying win in the NJAC. Knives, clubs, or brass knuckles. Who knows? Going out to Cali, Redlands at Caltech. Caltech may be looking to get things on in the W column after the crazy 4-4 tie against Whittier, and then a loss to Cal Lutheran. And I think the Redlands is looking to stay atop the Sciatica Conference. An OAC battle, Ohio Northern off of a 2-1 victory over Mount Union at 5-4-1, and then against Otterbein at 5-2-2. Who just beat Capital. I think it was 2-0. And then lastly, probably if of those four, you can't sort of hone in on like what's going to be the real cracker of a game. Look, this one, Ohio Wesleyan at Kenyon. Ouch. Ohio Wesleyan 6-2-2. Kenyon at 7-3. So many emotions, right? Like legendary Dr. J. Martin against a new Kenyon coach. One of the best players in D3 history, and the record holder for the beep test for the Columbus Crew. The history of this program, Travis Wall. I don't even know how it's going to look. Like it's going to be crazy. It's going to be a great game regardless, right? Just regardless. Ohio Wesleyan just doing what it does again. Yeah, it has a couple, just because of its schedule. And, Kenyon quietly doing its thing despite some bumps in the road as well. So who's going to win? That's anybody's game. Who knows? So, okay. So those are the games of the week. Let me just highlight the ones that I think are worthwhile. On the ladies' side, City College of New York against Mount St. Vincent today. Tomorrow, Tuesday, the ones you can watch, Connecticut at Trinity. That's for tomorrow. On Wednesday, you're looking at, there's 4 of them. Again, just Wednesday's going to be brutal to watch all these games. Cortland State at SUNY Oneonta, Ohio Northern at Otterbein, Pacific Lutheran at Puget Sound, and then Chatham at Bethany. Yeah. And then for the men, Augsburg traveling to Luther that's today. On Tuesday, Amherst at Connecticut. Ouch, that's going to be that's just going to be. Anyhow, if you can, Lycoming at Scranton and Elizabethtown at Juniata. If you don't, those two, you're not going to pay for that. Check out the Prairie Fire against Illinois College. That might be an interesting one. And then Wednesday again, just crazy on the men's side. Rowan at Kane, the Redlands at Caltech, Otterbein at Ohio Northern, and lastly, Ohio Wesleyan at Kenyon. Even Jackie's all excited about Wednesday. Look at her. Like, she can't contain her excitement. Anyhow, all right, folks, that was that for this games of the midweek. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks again for tuning in. Thanks for all your support. Patreon members and non-members, just really, really grateful for all of you watching along. Have a great, wonderful Monday, and if I don't hear from you, I hope you have a wonderful week. And I will be back tomorrow, actually. Just dawned on me. Got to do the top 25s. Lots of changes. All the undefeatables are now defeated. And then I just got word officially that my big Simple Coach not really coach episode with a non-soccer coach is gonna fly. We're honing in on dates, and I am super excited about that because we get a different perspective about Division III soccer, more generally Division III sports. So, people, have a wonderful one. Jackie is saying the same thing. Have a wonderful one, and we'll talk soon. Later.